I want the Christmas decorations out. Like, I start the D-rig almost immediately. Dream big, baby, dream big. No, not massive, but you know. But yeah, isn't it lovely? And this is Rare Birds, which is a channel for people who intend to grow rather than shrink as they go through their life. Now, I am here literally in my element at the moment. So I had a really lovely Christmas. It was really gorgeous. I'm going to show you some of the presents I got just because I'm always interested in that sort of thing. You know, it's not like, oh, look at this hideous abundance of excess. There are just a few things I'd really like to show you because they're just really all charming in their own way. But yeah, I love this time of year because I'm in the house completely on my own, except for my little canine companion who has been barking a lot today. She's displeased about something. I have to go to work in a little while. So my time isn't completely unstructured, and I was at work yesterday as well. But I just love this period, this lull, where you I feel like you're emotionally, physically gathering together your intentions and your resources, and I just love it. I absolutely love it. Now I'm quite different in my view, in my feelings about Christmas at this point, because but maybe I'm not. So for me, you know how I love the build up to Christmas. Obviously, I have a nervous breakdown about it, but I really love the build up to Christmas. But the minute that Boxing Day is done, so the family then go home the following day, which was yesterday, I want the Christmas decorations out. Like, I start the D-rig almost immediately. So the stairs are nude. I've taken everything out. The greenery's out in the garden, and then all of the lights and the garlands are just all upstairs in the hall because I need to go up to the loft to get the boxes down. The table is literally, I've taken all of the cloths off to be laundered, and then it's just sort of not piled up, but very, very structured Christmas decorations because I've started taking this lot down. The last thing I'll take down is the Christmas tree because it is very pretty. In fact, let me put the lights on. See, pretty. Yeah, so the Christmas tree doesn't offend me, but all the other stuff I wanted out because for me right now, this is about next year and starting well and being slick. Not that I'll ever be slick, but being as dynamic as can be. And that means like jettisoning anything that's getting in your way. And I don't know, anyway, I'm a bit weird about it. But also I feel like after Christmas is over, the decorations, everything just looks, it's the excess of it. I feel like I want to slim it down, just slim everything down. So I've done my yoga today, drinking a lot of water. I feel like I spent the whole of the build up to Christmas being dehydrated. I've actually, when the children went home, I sent everything back with them, like take all the cheese, I've got one slice of Christmas cake left, which I'm actually taking into work today to give to my friend Callum because he loves Christmas cake. But I don't know, because I feel like for me, maybe you're like this as well, the better I eat, in terms of the healthier I eat, the better I feel. So I'm going to try not to be eating any not great chocolate. I've already bought my first bar, green and blacks, 85%. This is what I'm going to be having. So I'm going to be drinking a lot of water. I'm going to be doing my yoga. I've already done my yoga today. And while I'm on the subject of yoga, so for those of you who don't know, I started practicing just this little 10-minute wake-up routine, yoga with Adrienne, every day, and it's just made me feel a lot better about life and of just about myself and my body. And not so much about life, but you know, it just makes me feel good. It starts the day very, very well. So in January, Yoga with Adrienne, she does a January thing where you basically practice every day. Now, I don't know how long the routines are, but she's doing it a different way this time, where basically every Saturday, and there are 5 Saturdays in January, she says, and I take her word for that, there is a new video. And I quite like that, because I don't think I could cope with a new routine every day. Like, it would blow my mind. So you get one on Saturday, and then you practice it all through the week. And then on the next Saturday, you get another one. And for me, I think, well, because I don't know how long that routine is. But even if I just intersperse that with my 10-minute yoga, like, that's a lot, you know, that's a lot of... So I quite like that. I quite like that. Anyway, I hope I'm not babbling. Right, I'm going to show you a few things. So first of all, so I feel really good. I feel really good right now. And I think I feel really good because I feel really strong. I feel very, very strong. And I'm very determined. I think because, you know, I think that one of the beautiful things about being older is that you realise more than ever before, time is very precious. What is that poem that has those beautiful words in it? This one precious life. It's something like, it asks with the question, you know, so what are you going to do with this one precious life? And I think that we should all try and do whatever brings us joy. Obviously, we all have to fulfill our responsibilities and care for others. Yeah, I've been so touched by all your messages. I really have. It's not a shallow thing. It's really not a shallow thing. And there are a couple of messages that I'm going to go back to personally, because they just have to, that just has to happen. But I don't take it lightly, but also I don't big myself up about them, because, you know, I think that we are, well, I think that we are a community, and I think that the weird thing is, I know that you say to me, you know, that I'm an inspiration to you, but actually you make me very, very strong. I think I'm stronger now than maybe I've ever been. And maybe that's because I feel very focused, and maybe without the distraction of children and that earlier stage of life where you are so fragmented, you can have the tunnel vision if you want it. And you might not want it, but if you do want it, you can have it. But thank you, you know, thank you so much. You know, I'm so flattered that anybody is inspired by me. And, you know, it's a big deal. It's a big deal because you're impressive women. You're all impressive women. And I just like how sort of simpatico we are with one another. And so it feels like it's a force, you know, it's a force for something positive, and, you know, and just about really lifting each other up. Anyway, I've babbled on for long enough. However, which brings me to my first present. So this was actually from one of you. It's a really beautiful book. I don't know if you can see. So it's the illustrated letters of Virginia Woolf. And so it's split up into sort of different sections of her life. So, for example, there's Bloomsbury, there's the Hogarth Press, so, you know, different Monk's House, you know, which was the place she lived in Sussex. And it's just beautifully, look, I'll show you, what can I give you? The other lovely thing is that obviously you get to see her handwriting. Look at her handwriting. Oops, where are we? It was so lively, you know? really lively. And then, so it's a combination of, you know, family photographs, a combination of paintings, drawings, you know. There's actually full colour pages. Hang on, let me, yeah. So for example, that's Aunt's house, and there's a wonderful painting here. But I wanted to read you a little something. It's just, oh yeah, this is another thing I do with my books. I put my name and then the month and the year that I got them. I don't know why I do that, it's really bizarre. Anyway, I've already defaced this book, and I think it's totally fine to deface books. Shall I read you just some of the introduction? Or maybe I'll just read you this one bit. It's just a little sentence, and it just resonated with me. So the introduction is obviously just describing her life and what this book is about. But one of the things that she says is that she, you know, her work was incredibly important to her, and it was her driving force. And I kind of, you know, I do get that, you know, and work can come in many, many different forms, but you have to have purpose, you have to have structure of some kind. For me personally, if I don't have stuff on the go, I get low. I really need to keep it moving. If I don't keep it moving, I can kind of sink. I guess it's swimming, isn't it? You've got to keep swimming. You can't float around forever. But anyway, I liked this bit. I liked this. She was actually giving advice to someone else. When Clive Bell invited her to comment on his own letters, she advised two things: to put his style more to the gallop and to try and grasp things that are just out of one's reach. So what she said was, beauty is only got by the failure to get it, by grinding all the flints together, by facing what must be humiliation, the things one can't do. And I totally agree with that, because I think that anything in life worth having is worth risking a lot for. And sometimes you have to be prepared to fail at things, and it's totally okay to fail, and there is no humiliation. You know, I always think in life the biggest risk that you can take is to not take any risks, because in doing so you're working on the assumption that everything is going to come good if you don't do anything, and there is every chance that it won't. You know, you have to take action. You have to take action in life, in whatever form that could be. And it can be something, you know, really quite small, or it can be something quite big. It doesn't matter. It's the critical importance of doing something, of making a shift. Yeah, anyway, right, that's that book. Absolutely love it. Another darling book. Look. So this is the most glorious idea. So this is the artist Sally Muir. And some of you will be very, very familiar with Sally Muir. She's a very, very well-known artist. She's had collaborations with Anthropology, weirdly, because she loves lurchers. Lurchers are her favourite dogs, it would appear. I guess because they're so beautiful, look. And so she did this wonderful lurcher plate for Anthropology, which was like a vibrant yellow and black and white. And I actually bought it for Soph, so it's on the wall of her house. But this book is just a selection of her paintings of rescue dogs, with just a little bit about them, just a few words. Let me see. Oh. Okay, look at that. Because obviously a lot of these dogs are the ones from Spain. So this is Amy, the first kennel I ever entered when volunteering at Galgos de Sol. There she was. She chose me. Oh my God. Oh, that is absolutely divine. So that is just a great book and a beautiful book. And actually one of my regrets, it's just a small regret, it's not a huge one, but I remember she had a pop-up in the King's Road, and you could walk in and take your dog in and she would do a sketch. I think you had to book an appointment obviously, but it wasn't sort of, oh sorry, look at those two hugging each other. Isn't that lovely? And I really wanted to take Bridget, you know, my beloved terrier, but I just couldn't get there, even though I lived quite relatively close by. I think I was working or something. But I would have loved that, because Sally's great talent is getting the likeness of the dogs, and I think she just would have done it really well. Anyway, so that's that. So that's gorgeous, and just what a fabulous cover as well. So I also have, I got this. So you know I'm obsessed with the Santa Maria novella Milagrano. So I have this. This isn't new, I just wanted to show you. Oh, it smells incredible. This is the beautiful box. So the packaging is really lovely. And then I got the bubble bath. And I wish, isn't that lovely? I wish that you could smell, but the bottle is just so beautiful, isn't it? Oh, so good. And it's one of those ones, you know, look, I've already used it once, so I love it. It's just feel good in a bottle, and it scents the whole of upstairs. It's just fabulous. You can even get wafts of it down the stairs. It's beautiful. So that's that. And then I got these, and I just, even for the tin, I'm actually going to try not to open them, certainly not for a while, because if I, you know, break the seal. But isn't that fabulous? Do you see the bird? And I love this palette, so vibrant with this sort of deep red, and the beautiful vivid green and yellow, and that sort of very blue pink that's so kind of, the whole thing is very kind of Dolce & Gabbana. This is actually from Fortnum & Mason, and it's got in it Christmas tea biscuits, yummy. So maybe I will try and keep those actually for when Wendy comes back, and we'll eat them together. Have you been following Wendy, by the way? I'll try and put her thing up here. My God, if you want to see a rare bird living her best life. So, well, I'm not going to say how old Wendy is. Well, I don't actually know how old Wendy is, but Wendy is a rare bird for sure. And she's basically gallivanting around Asia, and her itinerary, everything was so planned, but she has this wonderful spontaneous joy about her. So she's on Instagram, so have a look anyway. So one thing, this is a, yeah, I'll do this one first. So this is my gift to myself. So this is my Moleskine diary. It's Moleskine, never know, that I always get, except this is the bigger version. So normally I have this one. This is also a present. It's just delightful, isn't it? Look, you keep pens. Hang on. So this is adjustable. You can put it on your diary, so you've always got your pen right there. Okay. Yeah, so it just has days of the week and then a whole page for notes, and it's just bigger. This one is A5. I wish it wasn't black, but it is, and that's okay. I might put something on it actually, but that's great. So that is, you know, again, it's all part of this part of the year between Christmas and New Year. I'm going to spend some time. I'm actually going to take myself to the Newt if I can, and just sit there with my laptop. Dream big, baby, dream big. No, not massive, but you know, just think about things. Anyway, so when you think about things, you need to have notebooks. So this is one from one of you, and there's a little card inside it, which I'm not going to show. But there are words on the other side of that, and that's actually going to be sellotaped in to my book. It's just very lovely. And this is great, actually, because this is a sketchbook. Well, it's a plain notebook. And because I have some thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts about things. And yeah, and this is, I think Soph got me this. It's just a lovely little notebook. So that's very, very nice. This is from my son, Alex. It's very cool, kind of quite surreal, but very, you know, I don't know if you can see. And he was telling me about the artist, and yeah. And he sent me a lovely letter with it, so that's really lovely, because obviously he wasn't here at Christmas. I wanted to show you some, oh yeah. Look. It's really lovely, really, really lovely. It's you know, coffee cup, tea cup. And then yeah, this is really very beautiful, wild light, and it's a printmaker's works, basically. Oh gosh, I didn't see that. Hang on. Yeah. So it's just very, very inspiring and very beautiful, and I love it so much. And then I got this jumper, which it's literally the softest thing, and it's so warm, but it's very lightweight. It's just like this fabulous, I don't know what it's made of, but it's not going anywhere near a tumble dryer, that's for sure. But yeah, so that's lovely. And then I need to show you one more thing. God, I've got to go. Okay. The most beautiful pepper pot in the world. Oh, I love it. I have to grind it because you have to hear the mechanism, and also just know that when you grind it, it all just comes out completely perfectly. Look. Can you hear it? Fabulous. Look. Do you see? Perfect amount. Love that. Love that. Now, horrifically, I've just seen what the time is, so I have to go. I feel like I've forgotten Poppy's present, and I hate that. I think that this was one of Poppy's little things, and it's just very dear. It's a little tea caddy. It's a little thing for tea bags, and it's very essential for me because I'm going to start, because you know I have that green tea and the other thing. I'm going to start drinking that a little bit more. So I've still got my little round one for Earl Grey, because you've always got to have Earl Grey. But this is going to be a new, it's just a sweet little tin for healthy tea bags. So I think that's absolutely lovely. And yeah, anyway, I hope that wasn't boring. What I'm going to do is I'll come back after work and try and speak some more. But in case I can't do that, in case something happens or whatever, this is just a little interim video because I just really wanted to say hi, and I just really wanted to thank you, and I just really wanted to, yeah, because there's so much more that I want to say. I want to show you the Rare Birds book, because there is that book called Rare Birds. Anyway, whatever, I have to go. I've got to go immediately, throw on some jeans, but I will be back really soon. But thank you so much. Going back from work, and I've been editing this video upstairs because I hope to post it this evening. But I had to come back for a couple of reasons. And well, Quincy wanted to say hello. That's the compelling reason. Say hello. Look, Quincy, look up here. Yeah, she says no. I'm quivering. Okay, she's a good baby. Okay, off. Do you want to stay? Okay, she wants to stay. But I wanted to come back because, first of all, I'm sorry that I feel like the whole video was presents and books, and this isn't just about that, but I just wanted to include them because I think that some of them were really, really very exceptional, and I wanted to share them with you. But there will be lots of interiors. I've got some really good projects that I want to share with you, that I want to do. Although I don't want to spend my whole life doing interiors. It's interesting, isn't it, how we all have to do all want to do different things. You know what it's like. I'm just interested in lots of things. But anyway, no, not my glasses. Anyway, I had to come back, but primarily because I wanted to share a poem with you. So it was the one that I referenced earlier, and I couldn't remember the source of it. I just remembered that, what are you going to do with with your one precious life? It's actually, what are you going to do with your one wild and precious life? So I looked it up because I thought, I know you'll want to hear it, and many of you will be very familiar with Mary Oliver. So Mary Oliver is was an American poet. She died in 2019, but she's big. I mean, she won the Pulitzer, for goodness sake, and also the National Book Award. So not really such a shocker that I was moved by her words. Even just that, that closing sentence. It's funny how something can just get you. But I wanted to read the whole thing. So for those of you who aren't familiar with her, she believed in the power of nature. And I very much believe that as well. Not in a woo-woo way, necessarily, not mocking people who are into it in a woo-woo way. But for me, I just believe that it is, it's regenerative in terms of what it can do for you. It just can lift, almost like nothing else. It really can. And she believed that. She believed in the profound power and importance of nature. Anyway, this is the poem. I managed to get my printer working. It's just an absolute miracle, but it's lopped off the title of the poem, so I don't know what it was. But anyway, here it is. It isn't very long. It's literally just, a few lines long. Who made the world? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean. This one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who's eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last? And too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Oh, it's given me goosebumps. It's really given me goosebumps in a very big way. It is absolutely beautiful. And strangely enough, isn't it in many ways, or isn't the work of the poet, the one who talked about the table, the kitchen table, aren't his words in some way reminiscent of hers? Isn't that interesting? But I do believe in the power of these small things. They are, the kitchen table, or looking at nature, just, taking a moment to appreciate these things can be transformative. Anyway, I just really wanted to come back and share that because it's so bizarre. Because in the build up to Christmas, I was so busy, and I wanted before Christmas to sit down and read something wonderful to you, and life was just so mad at that point, and I couldn't find anything. And I think I couldn't find anything for a reason, because it wasn't the right time, because I would have rushed it, and these things can't be hurried. You have to just take a moment And so that was the poem that I was meant to find, because it kind of says it all, really. Anyway, I thought that you might enjoy that, and I think Quincy enjoyed that too. And I have just one more thing. I want to show you 2 more things. So I got some more coffee cups. See these? And what I love about these, I know I've shown them to you before, but this is a slightly different colour, is that it's perfect for tea and coffee. Incredibly important. You know, I've got cup of tea now. Oh. Only have whole milk left over from Christmas, and I'm not a fan of that. And I am going to show you, despite I put a little thing up earlier to mention about Poppy's painting, but I want to show you now. So I'm going to do that. You can't see properly because the light is not good, but this is going to go. It is up there currently, but I feel like it's a little bit lost. Oh, it needs to come down. Sorry, it's just somebody has just messaged me. But yeah, wasn't it lovely? And I look, she did some decorative little teeny bit around the edge. She said she did this, you know, so quickly before she left London to come to me. She was just finishing off the background, but I just couldn't be more thrilled with that. And I think what I love about it is that it's utterly joyful. It's just so joyful. Little baby and mum, it's just gorgeous, isn't it? Anyway, so that is everything. So I will be back really soon, ideally on I don't know, because I don't know when anyway, whatever. I'll be back really, really soon, and there will be lots going on next year, and we'll have another chat the next time I'm back, but less talk and more doing as well. Charlie, I have to show you. Hang on. Charlie gave me a little stone bird. I have 2 of them. Isn't that gorgeous? This is actually going to go out in the garden. It's just going to sit in a little pot, something lovely, with the other one, which is a little bit bigger. I like its fatness. Anyway, that is it. That is everything. Thank you so much, and I will be back.
It's interesting.
Oh, she really likes it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Merry Christmas, Queen.
Christmas, darling. Good girl. Good girl.